Alright, I would do it with your boy, Marcus22, 05, the numbers after the name. Double XP, was that double XP weekend though, up in XP? But tell you something, man, I went crazy this week playing Call of Duty. Lot of duty. I wanted to make sure I got Blackjack this week, get some footage for you guys. I believe tomorrow I got some footage for you guys. And we got some wild games coming. I got my second nuke. I got myself an 82 kill game. I got myself a ton of Tight Tuesdays to get rolling. I was talking about the other day. I might, if I like, in terms of if I want to put videos every Tuesday and Wednesday for the channel, I have videos for the rest of the year, easy. Like I don't have to play it ever again. Having said that, be on Tuesday once I get back home and I got myself some time, man. Work all day Wednesday. I work all day Monday. Well, worked all day Monday, I guess. I always forget these things go up in the future. I'm recording these on a Sunday, so I always forget they go a little bit in the future. That's why sometimes you see maybe I won't necessarily speak about the most recent thing, though I try to keep it as contemporary as possible. But, you know, do it Sunday, something might break on Monday, kind of assed out over here. So in this case, we're using over here the single-shot pistol over here. I want to talk a little bit about the pistols. I want to talk a little bit about the Dark Mantle Camo grind, which I actually just completed. Which is nuts when you think about it. Like, I literally, the game came out in November. I just finished it right now. And I haven't been crazy trying. Like, I don't play this game all night. I mean, you can see, just look at the games being. I think we're down up to like 20, you know. I clearly play a lot of other games. But Duty, I don't know. I think I equate every other game with Duty, you know. Like, every other game gets the same amount of time as Duty gets, kind of, if that makes sense. Compiled, every other game compiled gets the same amount of time that this game gets. So I try to balance that out as well as I can. The pistols in general, man, I kind of like them. They feel good and they'd be useful, you know. You always see this tip in the loading screens of Duty games that say it's quicker to switch to your secondary, in this case, you know, a pistol, than to reload your gun. And that is true. There's no denying it. That is a fact. What is also a fact is that I've never equipped a pistol as a backup since we've been able to get rid of them. Before, when I had to, I would have a barn, you know. But once I think like Black Ops, you can have it, I guess, as secondary. And I used to have other secondary. Like I remember Modern Warfare 2, I think I had like a shotgun. I think they were allowed to have a secondary, which was dope. Overpowered and crazy, but dope. And then in Black Ops 1, I used to have the crossbow, and I think that's what I had also. Or maybe Black Ops 2 was the first one where they actually allowed you to not have. Yeah, because it was a pick 10, yeah. So Black Ops 2 was the first one, and since then, never had it back. Don't care about it. Don't equip it now. I completely understand a lot of situations where, and this happens to me a lot, where I run out of ammo on my Kuda, or run out of ammo on my Man of War, and I could just switch to a pistol and get that one extra shot off that I needed, but I don't have them. Completely get it. More than willing to ride with that. Completely cool with that. Don't really care about that. Honestly, I'm more than willing to ride. That is a mistake I made. I make a lot of mistakes consciously, you know. I'm trying to think of one recently. I had, when I was doing the knife, well, you know, the knife, when I was trying to get the bloodthirsties for the knife one, for the dark camo, right? You gotta have 5 kills with knives only or whatever. I couldn't figure out what specialist to use, honestly. I wasn't sure what specialist would be best for knifing. And I think initially I started off with the gravity spikes, and just like I was like, oh, maybe this would be alright. Which makes no sense. That has absolutely nothing to do with knifing, and in essence, you're just taking away kills from people that are next to you. So that was like a boo-boo. That was a mistake, you know. We all make mistakes. Whatever. It happens. I ended up settling. Actually, you know what? I can talk a little bit about that because I don't think you'll see me worth a knife on this. I've had a couple decent games with the knives, but nothing that I felt comfortable enough putting on the channel that would, you know, I try to put gameplay on the channel that, you know, is riveting in some sort of fashion. And Take Tuesday in particular, for example, is a close game, played some Wasteland West, just murder game. I didn't have either with the knife, you know. It was either we got blown out. The knife was ridiculous, man. I would either, there'd be two ways that we could do it. Either it was a close game to like the end, or you know, but a lukewarm game. Like, you know, I went like 30 and 25 or something. You know, like nothing that I'd ever want to like put on the channel because he'd be like, "Well, what the hell is this?" Like that's kind of what I do every day. You know, there's nothing special about that kind of gameplay. Or you know, sometimes I'd have like I got a quad feed with a knife that was pretty dope. But I don't really. The game itself was kind of whack. And you know, I mainly post games. I could post moments and clips. I thought about that. It requires a little more editing on my behalf than just dumping out the raw file itself. But I've considered that, and you know, let me know in the comments maybe if you guys would be interested in that. I'll definitely cut down in terms of overall production time, in terms of me speaking and what I'm doing. But I kind of like the whole game thing. And whenever I try to watch other YouTubers or anything, I prefer to watch the whole game, you know, from top to bottom, to kind of understand, hey, this is how it started, this is the middle, and this is the end. You know, it's kind of like if you're watching a movie, and looking at my dead body right there, I'm like, man, that's a little macabre, man. Jesus, get rid of that. Thank you, video game. It's kind of if you watch a movie, you know, and you catch it like halfway, and you enjoy it. You can enjoy the half, you can enjoy the end, but you don't really know the beginning, you know, so you kind of miss out on that kind of behalf. That's how I feel about these games. But in terms of the knife, what I did, I tried, the fire guy specialist with is it fire break is whatever his stun ability is. I tried that one, and I'm just not able to time that well, and it definitely feels like you know, I know this isn't accurate, it isn't true, but it definitely feels that whenever I use it, I definitely don't use it as well as other people, because other people are able to like knock me out with that thing to like know them all. When I use it, I feel like they just went right through it. So I tried to use it. I think it's a good one to use, but I wasn't capable or good enough to use it. What I ended up settling with was Blitz. Blitz is one that I like, period. I honestly consider myself seeing me using that. And it was good because oftentimes I'd be tailing somebody, and I wouldn't be able to catch up with them because everybody can move pretty fast in this game in terms of just jumping and in terms of wall riding and stuff. You get wide pretty fast, so it's a little bit difficult to chase someone down for the knife, whereas Blitz kind of allowed me to go a little bit faster than most people expected, be places where most people didn't expect me to be at, and that gave me the advantage to catching up to people. So I would recommend Blitz. I would also recommend Active Camo, which is another one that I thought about using, because you could get into a place, yeah, I use an example of like Redwood, that little middle concrete building. You get in there with Active Camo pretty well, and no one will really notice you, and guess what? You're able to get the kill off before they even know. Yeah, just a thought. Food for thought. That's kind of the two that I would recommend. Blitz is the one I used, and I had a pretty difficult time with it up until I really sat down and put my mind to it. I ended up, to get Dark Matter, I ended up having, I did all the, not the Black Cell launcher, but the other one. I think it's XM2 or something like that, whatever it's called. I sat down and I thought I had to destroy a couple more sentry guilds with that, and a couple more Cerberuses, or Cerberus, I don't know what the plural is of that. And then I had 4 Bloodthirsties with the knife. That was what I thought I had left. So I did all the launcher stuff just because when I was doing the knife stuff, I was getting my ass kicked. So they were laying down a bunch of equipment, so I was able to do it. And then I noticed it didn't give me the gold for the launcher, so I was like, man, I could have sworn I did the Black Cell. And then when I went back to it, I actually had to finish the Black Cell. So I finished up the Black Cell. I had the same thing with the turrets, that whatever. Finished that up. And then I was free. I was like, well, you know, this is cool. Pardon me. Before I finished the Black Cell, I actually got the 4 Bloodthirsties. I did 2 of them in Nuketown, which is an interesting map to knife on if you think about it. I thought it'd be easy, but it kind of wasn't until I figured out to just have some patience and chill around the houses. I really stayed inside either house, whatever closest was spawn was. I kind of worked my round between corners, between doorways as to when everyone came through. They saw my knife, so I've had a lot of success doing that, and I got the 4 Bloodthieves actually in 4 games in a row, which was really dope. So I managed to get that, and then I managed to play with my real guns, the Kuda, the Man of War, the Shiva, stuff that I actually like and used. And now I'm finally gonna be able to play. And it's insane, you think about it, all the way till June, but now I'm finally gonna be able to play the game how exactly I want to play it. I could have always done that, but when you're working on this Dark Matter grind, at least for me, I always try to force myself that every night I at least do something with some other weapons. So it was never like a night from top to bottom where I'd say, unless, you know, I was, sometimes I'd be running low on like Wasteland Wednesday footage. Man, I haven't played in like a week or two. Maybe more, but in like a week or two I haven't played. And I would look, I was like, you know what, I only got like 3 or 4 Wasteland Wednesday left here if possible. I mean, I wasn't even like that high on them. So you know what, let me just get out there with the Kuda. There was a handful of nights like that, but most of the nights I was strictly trying to work on some sort of thing. And the way I kind of did it was I had shotguns and then the special weapons after that. And, you know, so I went through a large period there. I mean, honestly, there'd probably be like a 2-month, month and a half period where I haven't used and sat down and used the Man of War. Like, I haven't used the Man of War in a long time. And I was using it yesterday, and I was like, yo, this thing is so good. So good. I was putting people down, man. I kind of forgot how like it felt like, and that's a really cool feeling to have when you go back to your guns and you kind of feel like, whoa, like I forgot how good this actually worked and how good this felt. So that's definitely a cool feeling over there. And then you managed to get the Dark Matter camo, and I was like, yo, say what? It's over. Now there's also the downloadable weapons and whatnot. I have a bunch of the melee ones. Too many of them. I wish I kind of had like some guns, but I got the RSA interdiction, the sniper thing, which I'm definitely not gonna get the Dark Matter. I'm never gonna even use that thing. I don't. It's kind of a middle of the pack sniper rifle, so I'm good. I also got I think I don't know if I have the second-hand pistol. Actually, I don't think so. I got the crossbow the other day, which I was kind of surprised at. I was like, oh, nice. And that one might be tempted. I might try to get that on Dark Matter, but definitely I'm telling you a big break between Dark Matter. I haven't said that. If I ever manage to unlock the MP40, if I ever manage to unlock the famous equivalent, you best believe I'm dog matter in that, man. So pistols, I kind of like what is kind of like the Cap 40 equivalent, that third pistol, the automatic one. I think that one's really good. Just watch out. I usually put extended mags on it because the bullets really run out real quick on that. And then I probably like this single fire pistol a little bit more than the BR one, the 3 burst. I feel like I can control a little bit more. It definitely has some more range on it. Even when you put a red dot, it's pretty easy to get a headshot with it. It's not like anything too crazy or out of the world. So that's kind of my list over there of pistols. Let me know what you guys do. Let me know if you guys actually use them, man, as secondaries, or if you use them as primaries. Believe me, there's some cats that run out there and use them, and it's kind of alright in its own way, as you can see by this footage, even though this is a very close game over here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, all that hood stuff. Your boy Marcos, man. Tomorrow, Wasteland Wednesday. I think I've dropped my first footage with the homie Blackjack. You definitely want to hear what I got to say about him. Deuces.